Hey guys, Physique Chef back with episode number 3 of my food battle series. Apologies for the few day delay between videos. I've been really flat out this week with recipes and a few business things going on with collaborations with some guys over east. But I'm back now, so things are all on track. Basically today, I've got a little bit of time now, so I'm just going to do a quick one on peanut butter. So there's a few different types you might see in the shops. There's some called peanut spreads, peanut butters, natural peanut butters. Which one's best? Which one should I get? So what I'm going to do is compare 3 main types. So I'm going to go the peanut spread. So I'm just going to use Kraft, for example. Kraft peanut spread, Kraft peanut butter, and then we're going to use Sanitarium natural peanut butter. These are just brands. The brands don't mean much. It's more the actual contents of the product. So start off with the the Kraft peanut spread. It's actually called a peanut spread, not peanut butter, because it doesn't have a certain amount of peanuts in there. So it has to be over 80% peanuts to be called a peanut butter. So the peanut spread is actually 63% peanuts. So as you can see, we're already off to a bad start with this product. So it's not much more than half peanuts. We're going to move on to the peanut butter, which is 85% peanuts from Kraft. So it's still processed, but it's got nearly 20% more, over 20% more peanuts in it versus the peanut spread. And then we move on to the natural peanut butter, which is, you guessed it, 100% peanuts. So I'm going to chuck up the panels and ingredients for each product. We can have a look. So the peanut spread is actually marketed as a low-fat peanut butter option because, as most people know, peanut butter is very, very high in fats, which makes it very high caloric density. So you have to be careful with that because the calories add up really quickly. As you may or may not know, fat has 9 calories per gram, whereas protein and carbs have around 4 calories per gram. So if your product is much higher in fats, you're obviously going to be consuming calories much quicker. So that's what you've got to be aware of with peanut butter, and be careful, you know, that 1 tablespoon doesn't turn into 3, which suddenly turns into 400 calories, suddenly turns into 500 calories, 600 calories, suddenly you're in a calorie surplus. Do that multiple times a week, suddenly you're storing fat. Not what you want. So basically what I've done with the peanut spread is market as a low fat option for those people that want a lower calorie option, but what they've done is reduce the fat, but they've added carbs and sugars. So you'll probably see the carbs are more than 3 times as much in the low fat option. The peanuts are less, there's more artificials, there's more salt, there's more emulsifiers, there's more vegetable oils, there's just more ingredients and that shouldn't be in there. So if you're smart, you would just get a natural peanut butter and look at the calories and, you know, eat it based on how many calories you need, so don't overconsume the product. So we're off to a bad start with that process, 25% less fat or whatever they market it as, low fat peanut spread, which isn't actually peanut butter because it doesn't meet the quota for the actual content of peanuts. So we'll move on to the peanut butter next, which is actually 83%, which is a much better option. Much less added ingredients. You're going to see no added sugars, no added emulsifiers and that sort of thing. It does have added vegetable oils, which obviously I don't want to see, but it is in there. So that's the one thing that they could take out. But that's probably the worst thing that's in there. The rest of it's pretty much standard. And then we move on to the natural peanut butter, which is, you guessed it, 100% peanuts and nothing much else. So that's really what you want to go for. The 2 peanut butter options that I mentioned, the 85% and the 100%, both pretty much the same amount of calories. The fat profile is slightly better on the natural peanut butter, obviously, because there's no vegetable oils added to it. So the monounsaturated to polyunsaturated ratio is higher, which is better. And also, I forgot to mention on the peanut spread, it's a much worse fat option. So there's much less monounsaturated fats, and you've got the added carbs, so the carbs are over 3 times as much. So as you can see, we move from the poorest option at the peanut spread. Anything called peanut spread is obviously going to be a poor option. Then we go to a peanut butter that doesn't say natural or organic or something like that. And then we go to the peanut butter, which is 100% peanut butter or natural peanut butter or organic peanut butter, something along those lines that tells you that that's a pure product, free from heaps of added ingredients, sugars, emulsifiers, flavors, colors, chemicals. Let's put it all under that umbrella, chemicals, ingredients. So that's it, guys. Peanut butter obviously has much benefits. It's not added. It's got folate, vitamin E, good source of magnesium. It's also got obviously lots of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Good for lowering that LDL cholesterol and increasing the HDL cholesterol, reducing the risk of heart disease, those kind of things. It's really good for anyone that's trying to put on weight, that struggles to put on weight, because obviously the caloric density is high. So you can just have a couple of tablespoons or however much you need to get those calories in really easily, tasty. It's not a big plate of food. You only probably need a small amount to get those calories. So that's a really good thing. It's also delicious. It's a good source of protein for anyone that's vegetarian or vegan. Obviously no meat there, no animal byproducts. So that's a really good source of protein for that too. It's just a good protein source in general and a good way to get those healthy fats like I've talked about. So those are, I guess, the main benefits of eating peanut butter. And obviously, like I said, the more natural, the better for your body, the better for your the environment, better for everyone. So try and avoid those lower peanut spreads because they contain those vegetable oils, which obviously contain trans fats, which are not what you want because they raise the LDL cholesterol, which is the one that increases heart disease risk and cholesterol. So that's not what you want. So guys, make a smart choice as always. Read your nutritional labels. Look for natural or organic peanut butter, something that says peanut butter predominantly. And then if you can get the natural option, obviously you're going to remove those vegetable oils and trans fats and keep the monounsaturated fats at the highest they can get. And then the polyunsaturated for the rest and pretty much nothing else. So that's what you want, guys. As always, make smart eating your lifestyle. Just a brief one today, but follow us on Facebook, obviously Instagram @Physique Chef. Keep the comments up, keep commenting, let me know what you want to hear, talk about and that sort of thing and go over for you guys. But that's really it for today, guys. I'll see you again in a couple of days. Keep it real, keep eating, keep training, and we'll see you again soon. Enjoy your night.